breath in. Let all the breath go. Just giving yourself a moment to fully arrive. I want to share a Pema Chodron quote with you today. And she writes, "The discomfort associated with groundlessness, with the fundamental ambiguity of being human, comes from our attachment to wanting things to be a certain way." So I invite you as you practice to see if you can let go of that attachment of wanting your practice to be a certain way, wanting your body to be a certain way, wanting a certain pose to feel a specific way in your body, or wanting to achieve or accomplish something. See if you can allow all of that to dissolve a little, to soften around it. Allow yourself to be with that ambiguity of what might or might not happen. Try not to attach to what might or might not happen. Bring the hands into prayer at the heart center. Lightly lift your heart up toward the thumbs. Opening with one Om. Breathing in the vibrations of Om, letting everything else go. Let the eyes float open. Coming on to your hands and knees, stacking the shoulders right over the wrists, hips over the knees, beginning to move through some cat and cow. As you inhale, tuck the toes under, lift the gaze, tip the tailbone up. Exhaling for cat, untuck the toes, rounding chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhaling for cow, try to tuck all 10 toes under, open wide across the chest. Exhaling for cat, press into the tops of the feet, really press the mat away with the hands. One more round, inhaling for cow, hammock the abdomen down. Exhaling for cat, rounding chin to chest, navel to spine. Coming to a neutral spine, lengthen the right leg long behind you with the toes tucked under, and just rock back and forth a few times here. Opening up through the back of the leg, opening up through the foot. Stack the shoulders right over the wrists, spin that right heel down to the ground, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling, wrap that left hip underneath you as you press into the outer edge of your right foot, reach that right arm overhead. Circling the right hand down to the mat, bring the right knee down to the mat. Lengthen the left leg long behind you, all 5 toes tucked under, and just rock back and forth a bit. Stay open across the chest, keep the gaze just past the top edge of your mat. And then spin that left heel down to the ground, reach the left arm up toward the ceiling. Try to wrap your seat under you, press the ground away with that right hand, reaching the left arm long overhead, left shoulder drops away from the ear. Circling the left hand down to the mat, bring that left knee back down to the mat. Inhale for cow, tuck the toes under, lift the gaze, tip the tailbone up. Exhaling for cat, rounding through the spine, but relax through the jaw here. Coming back to your neutral spine, lengthen the right leg long behind you. Left foot meets it in plank pose, top of a push-up. Take a deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale. And just start to pedal through the feet a little bit, sending one heel closer to the ground and then the other. Maybe shake the head out. You can sway the hips or spiral the torso. Just see what feels good in your body right here, right now. Then in the next breath or two, start to find stillness. Really lifting the sit bones up and back, dropping those heels just as close to the ground as they'll come in this moment. beginning to flow with the breath as you inhale, come forward to plank pose. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhale forward to plank, gaze past the top edge of the mat. Downward dog as you exhale, gaze between your big toes. Inhale forward to plank, stay in plank pose as you exhale. Take one more breath in, lowering the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up as you point the toes back. Downward dog as you exhale, pressing the chest toward the tops of the thighs. As you inhale, reach the right leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee, try to kick your left seat with that right heel. Lengthen the right leg long, square the hips off. Step the right foot outside of your right hand so your big toe and pinky finger are right next to one another. As you inhale, get a little bit longer through the spine. Reach that left heel back, crown of the head lengthens forward. And then spin the left heel down to the ground. Reach the left arm up toward the ceiling. Reach that left arm overhead, circle the hand down, come back to the ball of your left foot. Press back to your three-legged dog. That right leg reaches up and back. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips, step the foot between your thumbs, physically scoop it up, take a second step if you need to. Lower the left knee down, untuck the toes, sweep the arms up to frame your face, Anjaneyasana. Deep breath in, lift up out of the waist. As you exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat, tuck the left toes under, lift that left knee and thigh. Downward dog as you exhale, pulling up through the front of your thighs. Inhale forward to plank pose. Lower knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Baby cobra, really press into the tops of the feet. Roll those shoulders open. Downward dog as you exhale. Relax through the jaw and the toes. Reach the left leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee, really firm up through the front of your right thigh here. Lengthen the left leg long, square the hips. Step the left foot outside of your left hand in that wide lunge. Feel the inner left thigh and the upper left arm bone connect here. And then spin your right heel down to the mat. Reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Maybe look up toward your right thumb. Reach that right arm overhead. Circle the hand down to the mat. Spin to the ball of your right foot. Press back to your three-legged dog. Left leg reaches up and back. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, squaring those hips off. Step the left foot between your thumbs. Lowering that right knee down, untuck the toes, sweep the arms up to frame your face, really lifting the heart, the chin, and the gaze, dropping those shoulders. Lower the hands down to the mat, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee and thigh, step back to your downward dog. Backs of your thighs are pressing toward the back edge of the mat. Inhale forward to plank pose. Lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Downward dog as you exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pause here, reconnect with the breath. Checking in. Can you simply be present, or are you starting to expect something or want something or anticipate something? Slowly walk the feet up toward the top edge of the mat. Enjoy the journey. There's no rush. When you're at the very top of the mat, soften the knees. Really let the weight rock forward in the feet. Let the head drop heavy. Spread the toes wide. Check that you are truly parallel while you're looking at your feet. Keeping the knees bent and the head heavy, slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head is the very last thing to arrive. When you have arrived, no rush. You'll shrug those shoulders up and back a few times. And then just let yourself find stillness, standing tall in Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a deep breath in and let all the breath go. Sweep the arms out and up. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up, reaching up and over to the right side. Come back up through center, reach up and over to the left side. Feel that right shoulder really spiral open. Come back up through center, press the palms up, drop the shoulders down. Palms together, draw your prayer through the midline, folding forward over the legs. Inhale to your flat back, tailbone lengthens back, crown of the head reaches forward. Step your right foot back to your low lunge. Take a deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhale forward to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, elbows point straight back. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward, hug the elbows in. Downward dog as you exhale, spreading the toes and the fingers wide. Inhale the left leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs, pressing into the right hand, reach that left arm up toward the ceiling, low lunge twist. Reach the left arm overhead, circle the hand down to the mat. Step your right foot up to meet the left, releasing over the legs. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Interlace the fingers, flip your palms up, reach up and over to the left side first. Come back up through center, reaching up and over to the right side. Try to keep both shoulders and hips square to the front of the mat. Come back up through center, press the palms up, ground down through the feet. Palms together as you fold forward over the legs. Let it all go. Inhaling to your flat back. Try to get your chest parallel to the ground. Step the left foot back to your low lunge. Deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale. Gaze between your big toes. Inhale forward to plank. Gaze past the top edge of the mat. Lower knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Baby cobra, really press into the tops of the feet as you lift the heart forward and up. Downward dog as you exhale, pressing the chest toward the tops of your thighs. Reach the right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Reach that left heel back, plant the left hand down, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling, low lunge twist. Reach the right arm overhead, circle the hand down to the mat. Left foot meets the right at the top of the mat, folding forward in Uttanasana. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Sitting into chair pose, Utkatasana. Let the weight rock back into the heels. Lift the heart lightly, lift the gaze, relax those shoulders. And fold over the legs, let the breath in the head go fully. Inhaling to your flat back, lengthening long through both sides of the waist. Right foot steps back to your low lunge. Left foot meets it in plank pose right away. Lowering halfway down, chaturanga. You can stick with knees, chest, chin if you'd like. Upward dog, coming onto the tops of the feet, thighs and knees hover. Again, you can stick with baby cobra if that's what you need today. Downward dog as you exhale. Take a deep breath in here. And let all the breath go. Inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between the thumbs. Warrior two, spin that left heel down, cartwheel the arms open, reaching long from under the arms, shoulders are relaxed. Flip your right palm, peaceful warrior, reach all the way up and back. Side angle, bring your right forearm to the right thigh, reach that left arm overhead. As you reach longer through the left arm, try to anchor more firmly into your left foot here. Circle the left hand down to the mat, spin to the ball of your left foot, reaching the right arm up toward the ceiling, low lunge twist. Reach that right arm overhead, circle the hand down to the mat, step to plank pose. Vinyasa of your choice, so lowering chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Baby cobra or upward dog. We're meeting back in downward dog. As you inhale, reach that left leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Warrior two, spin the right heel down, cartwheel the arms open. Really stack the shoulders right over the hips. Flip your left palm, peaceful warrior. Reach all the way up and back. Don't lose this length you just found in your left side waist as you come into side angle, bringing the left forearm to the left thigh, reaching that right arm overhead. As you press into the left forearm, try to lift up out of the left side waist just a little bit more. Circle that right hand down to the mat, spin to the ball of your right foot, reach the left arm up toward the ceiling, low lunge twist. Reach that left arm overhead, circle the hand down to the mat, step to plank pose, lowering chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra or upward dog, downward dog as you exhale. Take a slow, deep breath in, and let all the breath go. Walk your feet up toward the top edge of the mat. There's no rush. Keep the crown of your head reaching toward the mat the whole way there. When you're at the top of the mat, soften the knees, let the weight rock forward. Really let the head go for a moment. Let any expectations, any thoughts just release here. Sweep those arms out and up, high prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Sitting into chair pose, Utkatasana. Relax the shoulders and the face. Soften around any thoughts that are capturing your attention. And release over the legs, let it go. Inhaling to your flat back, reaching nice and long through the spine. Step your left foot back to your low lunge. Right foot meets it in plank pose. Lowering chaturanga. Upward dog, coming onto the tops of the feet. Keep the thighs and knees hovering. Downward dog as you exhale. Take a deep breath in here. And let all the breath go. Inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs, warrior two. Spin the left heel down, cartwheel the arms open. Flip your front palm, peaceful warrior. Side angle, Parshvottanasana. You are welcome to bring that right forearm to the thigh once again. Welcome to try bringing it inside of the foot. Wherever you are, notice, did you stick your seat out behind you? Can you really wrap the hips under you? Wrapping the right side of your rib cage up toward the ceiling. And circle that left hand down, spin to the ball of your left foot, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling, low lunge twist. Reach that right arm overhead, circle the hand down to the mat. Feel those inner thighs hug in toward your midline, rise up to a high lunge. Stack the shoulders right over your hips. As you inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Draw the left knee up toward your chest. It's okay if it was wobbly and bobbly. Yes, what were your expectations? Hold on to the front of the shin or just underneath the thigh as you pull up through your standing leg even more. And then steer that left knee open for tree pose. So either help the foot to the inner thigh or drop it to the ankle or the calf, yes? If balance is really feeling off today, you can kickstand those toes. That is perfectly okay. Press the palms together, press the leg and the foot together. Really feel the crown of the head lift toward the ceiling as you firmly ground down through that right leg. Draw the left knee forward, reach the arms up, step back to your high lunge. Lower the hands down to the mat, step back to your downward dog. As you inhale, come forward to plank pose, lowering chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra or upward dog. We're all meeting back in downward dog. Deep, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Reach your left leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between the thumbs. Warrior two. Spin that right heel down, reaching long from under the arms. Flip your left palm, peaceful warrior. Reach all the way up and back. Side angle, Parshvottanasana. So again, forearm to the thigh, or try bringing that hand inside of your foot. Can you be curious over needing to accomplish anything, just checking things out? And again, wrap the hips under you as you press into the outer edge of your right foot, lift the inner right thigh. Get longer through the left side waist. Circle the right hand down to the mat, spin to the ball of your right foot, reach the left arm up, low lunge twist. Reach the left arm overhead, circle the hand down to the mat, ground it on both feet, rise up to your high lunge. As you inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, re-bend the knee. Draw that right knee up toward your chest. Really pull up through the standing leg, bringing the hands either to the front of your right shin or just under the thigh. Take a moment to find the grounding on that left foot. Let there be that ambiguity with balance. Yes, it's okay. Steer that right knee open. Either help the foot to the inner thigh, lower it to the calf or the ankle. Higher does not mean better. Avoid your knee joint. Mindful that you're not just sinking into that left hip. Really pull up out of the left side. Feel the crown of the head lift. Actively press the palms together so you're still engaged through the upper body as well. Steer that right knee forward, reach the arms up, step back to your high lunge. Lower the hands down to the mat, step back to your downward dog. Inhale forward to plank, lowering knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Baby cobra or upward dog. We're meeting back in downward dog. Take a slow, deep breath in and let all the breath go. Inhale forward to plank pose. See if you can lower straight down to the mat, one solid piece. If you need to lower the knees, you lower the knees. It is absolutely no big deal. When you've arrived, untuck those toes, find your baby cobra. Hover the palms off the mat, circle the hands behind your back, interlacing the fingers. Reach your knuckles back, try to lift the thumbs away from your seat. As you lift the heart and you start to lift the gaze, make sure you're not just dumping the head back, but the back of the neck stays nice and lengthened. So a little bit of a tuck with your chin. One more breath in here. Can you lift a little bit higher? And release down to the mat. Rest the right cheek down. That feels good to sway the hips a little. Sway the hips. Then bring your forehead back down to the mat. One more back bend here. Inhale, lift everything away from the mat, even the legs. Circle the hands behind your back again as you interlace the fingers, have the non-habitual thumb on top, the way that feels a little funny. Reach the legs longer, so think of those big toes reaching farther behind you as the heels simultaneously lift a little bit closer to the ceiling. One more breath in, lift, lift, lift. And release down to the mat. Rest the left cheek down, a little passive neck stretch. It feels good to sway the hips, sway the hips. And then bring the forehead down to the mat, bring the hands under your shoulders. Child's pose, hips to the heels. Big toes touch, knees are as wide as they need to be here, letting the third eye, the center of your forehead, press into the mat. Take a slow, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. 2 more breaths here, really breathing into the low back, the rib cage, and the upper back. As you exhale, soften through the whole front body. 1 more breath here. Slowly come back up to sit. Let the hips fall to one side. Bring the legs out in front of you, scooting toward the top edge of the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together, let the knees fall open, and then have quite a bit of space between you and your heels. So you're making a very wide diamond shape. Sit up nice and tall. And then let yourself round forward. So the low back rounds and releases, the hips melt open. You're dropping your forehead toward the tops of the feet. You're relaxing through the shoulders. Taking this moment as you are literally looking in toward yourself to check in. Just observing any thoughts, any feelings, any physical sensations that are really capturing your attention in this moment. You have one more breath here in Tadasana. Slowly start to come back up to sit. Draw the knees together and then slowly start to come onto your back. When your entire spine is on the mat, hug the knees into your chest. Just pause for a moment, let the low back release, let the shoulders melt open. And then drop the knees over to the right side. Reach that left arm out from the shoulder. Try to keep your knees belly button height or higher if you can. Gazing either over the left fingertips, or if that's too much for the neck, you just gaze straight up at the ceiling. And bring those knees back up through center. Let the knees fall to the left, again, trying to keep them belly button height, maybe a tad higher. That right arm is reaching out from the right shoulder scoops under you and down toward the mat, and you're either looking over the right fingertips or up at the ceiling. And bring your knees back up through center. Give the knees one last squeeze in. And then extend the legs long on the mat, as wide as the mat. Feet flop open. Hands come by your sides, palms face up. Let the eyes float closed as you drop into Shavasana. Allowing the back body to drop heavy into the ground beneath you. Allow the front body to just lightly rise and fall with the breath. Finding a sweet stillness physically and mentally. Allowing the efforts of your practice to soak in. And remembering that no effort, no matter how small or how large, is ever wasted. The discomfort associated with groundlessness, with the fundamental ambiguity of being human, comes from our attachment to wanting things to be a certain way. Let your next breath be a little bit deeper. Bring some gentle movements into the fingers and toes. Gently nod the head side to side. Bending the knees one at a time, sliding the feet onto the mat. Reach the arms long overhead, stretching through the torso. And gently roll to the right side into fetal position. Pressing into your top hand, come back to a comfortable seat, allowing the eyes to close when you've arrived. Joining the palms in prayer at the heart center, lifting the heart up toward the thumbs. Sealing practice with one Om. The best within me bows to the best within you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.